There's some really weird stuff going on in the world of police recruitment, and in this video I'm going to highlight some of those weird things. I'm also going to highlight what's going well with some forces and talk about the opportunities that exist despite the fact that some forces seem to have just like slimmed down their recruitment pipeline to just about nothing. I'm also going to talk to you about how to mitigate the risk of you not being accepted because of some of these weird things that are going on, and to ensure that you get that precious warrant card in your pocket in the end of 25 or the beginning of 2026. Sound good? Awesome. But first of all, if you're watching one of my videos for the first time, I'm Brendan from Blue Light, and over the past 31 years, I've been supporting people for the police recruitment process, for promotion boards, and for specialist interviews. Got a huge amount of experience, got a great team of coaches around me. Check out our Trustpilot reviews. 5-star reviews, almost 800 of them for our services. This is where we help support people through the recruitment process, through one-to-one coaching, small group practice webinars. Check the link below. At the very top of the description, there's a little form to complete to join our Academy program. All right, let's dive in. So what's going on? We've got weird stuff going on, like the Metropolitan Police. We've talked about this before. In 2026, they are slimming down their recruitment pipeline from 3,600 plus officers a year to just 500. Yes, 500. That's 200 for the police constable entry program, 200 for the police constable degree apprenticeship, and just 100 for the direct entry detective process. So it's getting super competitive, but they're still recruiting. So what's going on there? Well, they're just forming a talent pool, and they'll be able to choose from that talent pool. And the only way they're going to be able to do that is through the highest scorers. Now, what's even weirder, that's not actually weird because that's happened before. During austerity, the Met reduced their pipeline. Actually, they only recruited internally, and they raised the pass marks. And they did other weird stuff like you can only join if you're live in the M25 corridor, or you can only join if you have a second language. Yeah, they had that for about a year. So I don't think we're going to see the return of that. Now, what's weird is they're recruiting 500 in 2026. Look at a small force like Hampshire and Isle of Wight. It's like one of the smallest forces in the country. They're looking to recruit over 450. Yes, over 450 every year. The Met are recruiting 500. Hampshire and Isle of Wight are recruiting 450. So what's going on? We just don't know. I mean, like Hampshire and Isle of Wight look like they've got the money. The Metropolitan Police, we know, haven't. The Commissioner's already come out and said they've got a deficit of around £200 million. That's a massive amount. They're closing down front desks at police stations. They're reducing recruitment. Yet Hampshire and Isle of Wight happily recruiting. So I have no idea what's going on there. Maybe it's something to do with fiscal responsibility. Maybe it's just something to do with the budgets they're getting or how the money's divvied up by central government. I just don't know. But again, weird. All right, what else is going on that's weird? Dyfed Powys Police, they're recruiting at the moment. Fantastic. They're putting people through the national sift. Awesome. And then they're emailing them to say, your online assessment centre will be in 2026. 2026? It's July 25 now. That's like half a year away or more. So what's going on there? Well, I think Dyfed Powys Police are forming a talent pool because they don't know what funding is going to look like in 2026. Because the thing is, the funding settlement from government doesn't come out until December. So December 25, they will find out exactly what money they're going to get, which means that they'll have a talent pool, a pool of people who they can draw from to put through to the next stages in the recruitment process. It's an interesting tactic. I don't like it. And for our clients, the people we're working with, we're already talking to them about, like, if you can, go to another force. Like, just take your national SIF score, go to another force. At least do your online assessment centre with that at the force, and then you can still go back into or just keep your place in the pool in Dyfed Powys. There are ways to do that. Or just completely bail out. Because if they're not going to put people through the online assessment centre until 2026, it's going to be at least summer or autumn 26 before you actually get a position. That's like over a year away. Now, that's not unknown. During austerity, we saw one force, I'm not going to say which one it is because I'm sure they've changed their recruitment practices, but one force out there, from application to joining for one of our clients, was just under 3 years. That's insane. I don't think we're going to see a return to that, but who knows? All right, what else is going on? We're seeing the return of application forms. Whoa, we've not seen these for years now. Application forms where you've got to write no more than 1,000 words about your suitability, your motivation, experiences, behaviors, values. You've got like a little essay to write, and they're going to screen out so many people through that application form. I've just taken a look at one today. It was just full of waffle, like short on detail, full of waffle. It would take me about 30 seconds to mark it and reject it. So watch out for that, folks, because you might be a great candidate for the police, but if your application form isn't up to it, you'll get screened out. And so many of you just don't know how to write application forms. I mean, seriously, you don't. This individual, I've had a chat with them already. They're going to make a great police officer. And fortunately, they're going to capture all of my feedback and make sure it goes into their application form. And now it will go through. I will put money on it that it's going to go through. Previously, it would just get sifted out. Now it's going to be awesome. So that's something else to watch out for. I've also seen one force openly now talking about the next intake will be summer 26. Like, if you're in application process with us at the moment, the probable, they're using language like probable, maybe, could be, we're planning to. They're not committing. They don't want to commit because they don't know what the funding settlement is going to look like for next year. And it's not looking good. I mean, it's not as if the government's talking about spraying money around the public sector, are they? They're talking about cuts, squeezing, cuts. They've not got any money. And so the writing's on the wall, and they've already said summer 26. So that's interesting as well. What else? South Wales Police, they've got a reserve list. That sounds fantastic. No, it isn't. It's a talent pool. It just means, again, they're building up a pool of candidates that they can draw upon for the next stage, so they're not having to run a recruitment campaign if they find out they're going to get more money than they were expecting. And sadly, for someone who's just come to us today, who's going to join our academy program, we've not seen this for a while. People passing the interview, but their scores weren't high enough, so they don't go through to the intake. Now, my old force, my first force that I joined, Cheshire Constabulary, did this a few years ago. They would write to you to say, well done, you passed your online assessment centre, well done, you passed your interview. However, your scores weren't high enough to take you through to the next stage, which is vetting, fitness, medical, and then an intake, and then the warrant card in your pocket. So this individual's absolutely gutted. The feedback was good. Your interview was a good interview, you passed, but it just wasn't good enough. So there's a lot of work for us to do there to get this individual up to the right level. We've already got a plan for them. We've already mapped out a roadmap for them. So how do we mitigate against all of this? All of this weird stuff that's going on. Some forces recruiting as normal, other forces reducing the pipeline, other forces putting in all sorts of measures to sift the numbers down. And bearing in mind that the national sift is exactly what's on the side of the tin. It's a sift. Forces can raise the pass mark, lower the pass mark. So at the moment, my guess is some forces are raising the pass mark because they don't want to put so many people through the online assessment centre. Why? Because they also have to pay for that. It's not like a service that the College of Policing delivers for free. Forces have to pay. That's why sometimes forces are reluctant to share the formal results with you, only for you to then transfer your score to another force, because they've paid for your online assessment centre. They don't like doing it. All right, so how are we going to mitigate against all of this? Quite simply, high scores. Like, that's it. High scores. If you want to ensure that you go through to the next stage each time, and that ever-thinning pipeline, that you're in that ever-thinning pipeline, then high scores. There's just no other solution. High scores. That's it. Doesn't matter if you come from a protected background or you're a minority individual. The law, a stated case, said about 10 years ago from Cheshire Constabulary that forces have to recruit based on score. Not that everyone's passed and then we can cherry pick who we want. Score, the actual scores. So they can't deviate from that. It's a stated case. It went to the High Court. It's a stated case. So that's what we're going to have to do, just get the highest scores. And we can help with that. join our Academy program. We'll work with you one-to-ones, small group practice webinars, a ton of online material, and a guarantee of a pass. If you don't pass, we keep working with you. If you don't pass the second time, we just give you a refund. How cool is that? How confident are we? If you'd like to explore joining our Academy, then there's a form below. It takes about less than 5 minutes to complete. It's right at the top of the description if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're not watching us on YouTube, just comment in the box if it's on Facebook, and I will send you a link. Also, there's our Facebook group. If you're not a member of our Facebook group, there's almost 27,000 people in it now. Click the link below. Come and join it. It's completely free, and it's just devoted to police recruitment, career development. That's it. So look forward to seeing you on the other side. Hopefully this has been a useful update for you. I look forward to providing you with more updates as we collect data and intelligence and information from different forces. And I'll see you on the other side.